Stephen Barnes's Diamond Hour presents the mind reading technique. Now, all Diamond Hour technologies are designed to produce the state of awakened adulthood, produce a balance of physical health, joyous relationships, and financial security, be implemented with a minimum of time and effort, and be compatible with all major religions and spiritual philosophies. As far as I'm concerned, they're all looking at the same mountain. Now, would you like to bulletproof yourself against lies and deceptions? Never be fooled by a lover or business partner again? Drastically improve your ability to understand human nature? Well, it's possible. The mind reading technique is what you've been looking for. And here are the steps. Number one, grasp that everyone wants everything. 99% of people want all three things: body, mind, spirit, relationships, right? Now, at least 10% of people will lie about it. I don't want a relationship. I don't care about my weight. I don't care about money. People say this a lot more often than they actually mean it. Get that joke and you're on your way. Number two, every tree grows as tall as it can. If you see a burned, stunted tree in the forest, splintered and twisted, you might assume that lightning struck. If you assume that in an optimal growth environment, a child could grow to be a loving and self-loving, successful and healthy person, then when you see people who are less than magnificent in these arenas, that means about 99% of us, it's reasonable to assume that they did not have an optimal environment, and almost no one does. Number three, study the gap between where they are and their potential. What does that tell you? Number four, study the gap between their potential and the story they try to sell themselves and you about where they are and why they are where they are. The less responsibility they take for their current life situation, the greater the level of illusion they have succumbed to. Now, number five, this is the most important step. Look into yourself first. Wisdom, to a degree, is recognition of cycles and pattern recognition. The way to learn this first steps in the mind reading process is to apply them to yourself ruthlessly. Go deep. Be honest at a level that is painful. Take responsibility for where you are in your life and what has gone wrong. It isn't that we really have 100% responsibility for what happens in our lives. I mean, sometimes a meteor just hits your dog. But most people don't see the connections between their short-term actions, attitudes, values, and their long-term results. I'm not talking about guilt, blame, or shame. Remember that responsibility means the ability to respond. Without responsibility, you are a sleeping child. Number six, and this is critical. Once you've begun this process, keep what you learn to yourself. As you develop greater intuition about people, you'll start seeing their truth before they can open their mouths. Who you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear what you say. A person who is honest about their own failings is hard to lie to. Keep it to yourself. Everyone has the right to privacy. Everyone has wounds they conceal. To learn to intuitively understand people is one thing, but nothing will destroy a relationship faster than using this information against them to make points or win arguments. Be kind if you wish kindness in return. Avoid liars and con artists, but don't start telling your family and friends what you now know or think you know about them. That would be deadly. Now, I want you to understand that this is mainly do not think dishonestly. This all comes back to Musashi's principles. Now, what's next? To deepen your understanding of this process or to ask any questions you have about it, sign up for the Diamond Hour list at www.diamondhour.com. Then sign up for the 101 discussion board at route101.proboards.com for brainstorming and support on issues of body, mind, and spirit. Both are totally free. And all of this, once again, is aiming at the question of how do I become an awakened adult human being? This is Stephen Barnes thanking you for spending this 5 minutes with me, and thanking you also for having the self-respect and the love to be genuinely interested in having the best life you can have. Or, to put it another way, to be the hero in the adventure of your lifetime. Thank you.